Hi. Ready Player 2 was just released a little over 2 weeks ago. If you're watching this when I upload. If you're watching this in the future, hi, how is the future? Better? Cool. It was released November 24th, 2020. So it is still brand spanking new. And I just finished it. I picked this book up right away on audio because I loved the first one. Will Wheaton did an incredible job narrating, and I really loved the story, so I went into this one completely blind. Honestly, I didn't need to know more. Will Wheaton was returning as the narrator. I liked the last book, so this story starts off immediately after the first book ended. Like, immediately. I don't know why I didn't expect it, but I didn't. There's no reason why I shouldn't have. I just didn't. The main character is once again Wade Watts. He has just completed James Halliday's big contest in the first novel, making him the sole heir and inheritor of the entire Oasis and his massive fortune. Wade discovers, pretty much immediately, a piece of tech that was only available for him to find after he became the heir. And this story revolves around that. It's basically a piece of tech that will allow further immersion into the Oasis, so you can taste, touch, feel everything. That's all I'll say about that because I don't want to get too spoilery. So anyways, that discovery unlocks another series of riddle-based quests for our protagonist to go on. Things happen. There's a big bad that makes fulfilling this quest necessary. So basically, think of the first book. And then you can stop because it's really just the first book again, but different. So I have complaints, I have thoughts, I have feelings. Let's get into it. There are things about this book that I liked, and it just took a while to get to them. That said, what I think this book needed more than anything else was an editor. It needed someone who was willing to say, shut up. The audiobook was 13 hours and 46 minutes long. The physical book is 384 pages. I honestly feel like 30% of this book could have been left on the cutting room floor and nothing would be different. Except that I would have spent less time wanting it to get to the point. So much of the charm of the first novel was in the nostalgia. It's in this one too, but the first one did it a lot better. In the first one, the references felt like they had a place and a reason that moved the story or were at least part of the story. And they felt like they were generally understandable to a broader audience. A ton of the references in this book felt like they were geared towards only the super elite geek. In this book, the references, so many of them felt like they were just shoehorned in, like they didn't have to be there, and they felt really forced. Like it was trying to be a snobby, show-offy name dropper. It was just a lot. I think that a better balance could have been struck. Then we go on pretty much the exact same adventure as last time. The reason that we were going was new, and the actual quests were different, but it was the same thing again. What was different, and I feel lacking in this one as compared to the first one, was that underdog factor. Wade and the High Five were all underdogs. And in this one, they weren't. The stakes were raised, and that kind of balanced it out, but I think it lost a lot of its charm. Actually, we do meet a new set of underdog characters. They are called the Low Five, and they were really fun for the very brief time we got to spend any time with them. They were the underdogs that Wade and the group were in the first one. And they play a vital role in the book, completely off stage. What? I don't know. Honestly, I would have liked to see what they were doing. I wouldn't mind having a short story or a side story or something released that shows us what they did and their adventure, because I thought they were interesting. And then my last complaint, and I've struggled with even putting this in because I don't want it to come off wrong, but let's see how I do. There were a few instances of soapboxing. I want to see more inclusion in my novels, especially my fantasy and sci-fi novels. These are very, very stereotypically white, straight genres. And seeing more inclusion has been so good. In this one, it was there, and thank you for putting it in. It just felt almost like an aside stuck in the middle of the book. It's like you could hear the author putting the box down and climbing up before he started talking about these issues. I want all of this inclusion and I love it. It's just nice when it's done in more of a natural way. It probably sounds like I hate this book. I don't. Do I think it needs to exist? No. No, I don't. It had lots of fun parts, but overall, There was a lot of interesting stuff at the end about the nature of death and life and existence, but that was already done incredibly well by Black Mirror, Season 3, Episode 4, San Junipero. So you can just go watch that, and it's got the same point. And it's only an hour long. I think what saved this novel for me was listening to it on audio and Will Wheaton's narration, because once again, he came in and absolutely killed it. So my final verdict. It's fine. It's fine. But it isn't the something special that the first one was. But it was all right. If you really love the first one and just kind of want a continuation, read it, pick it up. But if you're looking for more, I don't think this really gives it. And so, 3 stars. I don't regret reading it, but I didn't need to. Let me know what you thought in the comments. I want to know. It's still so fresh. I don't really know what the general opinion is, and I have avoided watching anybody else's reviews so that I could get my thoughts out before they muddied mine up. So now I'm excited to go and watch those. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and go ahead and share it with all your friends. I don't mind. I'll see you next time. Bye!